Greetings, citizens. Justiguy has arrived, and this right here is the captain's quarters. I almost said legit Danganronpa. Goddamn. Anyway, zero escape, 9 hours, 9 persons, and 9 doors. Captain's quarters. Fuck this noise. That's not what I wanted. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. You're pretty, very pretty, very beautiful. You're very pretty. Alright, Captain's quarters, red file then. Was there something on the cover? Hold on, all ice, Does this mean Junpei could know back? He knew what was in that font. Or he had to know? Yeah. They look like tiny brides. Hell is this? He didn't realize that. Did you read them? Of course. I can't. What makes me covered in strange symbols, each page. Whoa. It's made to close the file. And so the file, what's this? Bench picked it up. Oh, look, a card. Uranus. Spotted deck. Library. Ah. Wait. When they'd been in the chemical closet. When was that? Oh, there it is. Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic. Beneath the navel? I mean the bottom deck? The forest of knowledge is the library? Could Alice be in a room somewhere beyond the library? What's wrong? Something on your mind? Junpei blinked, only then did he notice Ace looking at him. Curiosity and concern written across his face in equal parts. God, Ace, I legit can't tell with you. Yeah, I just remembered something. Is that so? What about? Well, don't laugh, okay? There was no reason for Junpei to hide his thoughts. He began to explain his theory to Ace. Then he stopped. It wouldn't make any sense if Ace didn't know who Alice was supposed to be, so he told Ace everything June had told him. The Egyptian priestess in Ice 9. Interesting. The woman who wouldn't melt was recovered from the Titanic disaster. They called her All Ice, which eventually turned into Alice. And she was purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain. Genjuro. It's basically exactly the same. According to Seven, this ship is where he hid Alice. And you think that he hid her in a small room beyond the library on the bottom deck? Yeah, well, I mean, it is just a theory. A dame theory. Get it? Alright. He stared off into the distance, his hand slowly and absent-mindedly stroking his beard. At a few moments, his hand stopped. He turned slowly to look at Junpei, and his brows drew together. Junpei, have you ever heard of the term CAS? CAS? It stands for Cells Alive System. It is advanced technology for freezing and preserving organic matter. It's what they did to that guy with the mouse. Put simply, it is a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals. Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within its cells expands as it crystallizes, damaging the cell membrane. CAS, however, works differently. The object to be frozen is super cold using magnetic fields and then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form. It was originally developed for the preservation of food as an alternative to the normal freezing process. Now, however, there are rumors that it can be used for other things. What do you mean, other things? Well, there are obvious medical uses, but perhaps also space travel. Whoa, 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 Jose! Whoa, 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 Jose! Space travel? Are you serious? Surely you've heard of suspended animation, cryogenic freezing. It's a fairly common idea in science fiction books and films. People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space. That was when Junpei understood what Ace was suggesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait a minute there! Ace looked at him and raised an eyebrow. Are you saying that all ice was frozen using CAS? Well, I'm sure that the possibility is quite low, but it is a possibility. If this special ice you call Ice 9 does indeed exist, and if CAS were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously, you think she could be alive? Well, I can't say for sure, of course. She could also be a mother of children and named Lotus. I'm only talking about possibilities. The melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees, right? If she were put somewhere where she could reach that temperature, It's nuts. Are you really saying she could have defrosted and started walking about? You're quite right. It does sound unbelievable. But if she had, then we would have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor. I mean, the guy dressed like a captain? What? What? Yes. He was dead when we found him. Clearly he was murdered. But if he was murdered, then by whom? It couldn't have been one of us. That must be impossible. In order to enter into the captain's quarters, one must first open door 1. That door requires the earth key. The door requires the earth key. Prevented us from accessing door 1. Who was it that opened that door? Santa and Lotus. Oh shit! Right. Clearly 2 of them could not have opened that door 1 or any other door for that matter. Who else then could have done so? Junpei thought about it for a second. Nobody. After Santa and Lotus used the earth key, they turned back and met up with me in June. Then we returned to the large hospital room and found A7 and Clover. While we'd gone to the shower room, A7 and Clover had stayed behind, but it is impossible for those 3 to open door 1. But what about when June and I took the elevator to door 2? No, still won't work. We were only gone 5 minutes. No human being could have run to the captain's quarters, killed that guy in there, and run back that fast. It would be impossible for any of us to be the murderer. That being the case, who could have killed him? Wouldn't it make sense if his killer was someone who had been in the ship for some time? Like a mummy named Lotus. As a person like that would know the ship well. They would know the locations of all the hidden passages and secret doors. The numbered door would mean nothing to someone like that. It would be a simple thing for them to enter the captain's quarters. You're saying a killer was Alice? It was Junpei's turn to raise an eyebrow. Ace drew his thumb across his lips thoughtfully. Well, this is all only one possible theory. A dame theory, as you kids would say. Ha ha ha. Dots, dots. All ice. Alice. Is she really somewhere on this ship? Junpei had only one clue. The card in his hand. Maybe this card will give me access to the Forest of Knowledge and the big mystery. What could be there beyond the Forest of Knowledge? Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now. I'll come back to this later. He gripped the key card tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. Monitor. Joey snorted with grim humor for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom. He used to be like Z-E-R-O. He's like making fun of us. What do you think? He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded. Nothing. It seemed that she cared about little. Of course, you're making a blame her. Alright, let's get to the yes. Let's guess you to the corpse. About him, do you think that's really Zero? Okay, there's no way it's him, but did I tell you Zero's one of us? Yeah, right. Well, he could be one of us. There's no way that could be maybe Zero. Huh? Don't you get it? The letters that spell Zero on the TV screen. The captain's clothes he's got on, and of course, the bracelet with a 0 on it. It's too obvious. Look, this is Zero right here. The dead body is Zero. Isn't that kind of fishy? You're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through. Right, only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that. No, that's not the point. I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work. I'm sure they didn't think it would work, which makes me wonder, why did they do it? I think this is a challenge for the person who's really behind all of this. He's making fun of us. Huh? Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was Zero, they'd never have put a bracelet on him. Walking about with a Zero bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, I did it. Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything Zero is supposed to be. Just like we did. The killer must have known we wouldn't think he was Zero and put the bracelet on him anyway. You know why? Why? Like I said, he's mocking us. You bad suckers, this isn't Zero. Where's the real me then? See if you can catch me. It's the same bad joke a lot of criminals like to play. They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles. It's really twisted, but it almost seems kind of childish. Yeah, you're right. It's really childish. It's like it's just a game to whoever this person is. That's what seems funny to me. Junpei bent down next to the corpse. Alright, let's get back to the point. Who killed this man? I don't know. And what's this guy's deal? Who is he? How would I know that? If I knew anything, I would have told you. You have no idea who he is? Why would I? Junpei sat back on his haunches and thought. We should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand here, Clover. Huh? We've gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets? Yeah, Clover didn't move. Okay, fine. I guess I'll do it. Junpei had no choice but to move the body. I was like, here we go. We grabbed hold of the area. not completely covered in blood, and shoved. It took a moment, but eventually Junpei felt the man's bulk begin to shift. But as it did, something fell from the man's left wrist. Hey, it's the bracelet with 0 on the face. Yes, we know. Oh God, Junpei stared at the bracelet dismayed. He's dead, isn't? Huh? No, it's just. I guess I didn't really think about that until now. Bracelet's off. That means he's dead. Yes, that means he's dead. Well, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't really need to look at the bracelet to figure out that he's dead. Yeah, I guess you're right. It is pretty obvious. Looks a lot better than the other bodies we've seen, though, you know? I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd almost look like he was still alive. I mean, I know it's kind of messed up today, but he kind of has it better, you know? Dude, Junpei! Oh! Right through his skin. I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something. There's a broken bone just sticking out of his left arm. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is! And suddenly Junpei realized what he was saying. He had been so cruel, he clapped his hand over his mouth. It was already too late. He turned to look at Clover. He was glaring at him furiously. What did you just say? Her words sounded cold. He knew an apology could hardly atone for what he'd done, but he tried anyway. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I really don't know what I was thinking. I mean, no, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm? Arm? Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you? Well, yeah, I did, but... I mean, didn't you see it too? Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was going to see the details. Clover took a quick, deep breath. Sure, it was his left arm. Yes! Yes! Junpei thought back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But he had a broken bone, right? What the hell are you getting at here? Shut up and answer me. She shoved her face closer to his. He could see the fire in her eyes. Junpei winced and swallowed. Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad, too. The bone was sticking out of the arm. No sooner were the words out of his mouth than Clover's expression changed. Clover? What's wrong? Look, I'm sorry if I said anything. Suddenly, she was crying. I wasn't sure what to do. Thank you. It was close to the last thing he expected to hear. Huh? What are you... Junpei had no idea what had just happened. Oh. He didn't think he'd done anything worthy of thanks. And he couldn't understand why she would have chosen that moment to begin crying. So he simply stood there, confused. Thank you so much, Junpei. He thanked him again, and then something even stranger happened. Aw. Clover threw herself into Junpei's surprised arms. Hey, what's going on with you? Sorry, it's just, I'm so happy. Why? The body in the shower room. It isn't his. It isn't my brother. Huh? It's not Snake. Why on earth would you think that? Because his left arm is. She stopped herself. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about this. Junpei decided it would be prudent to press her for any more information. If she did not wish to tell him, she certainly had a reason for doing so. Most more importantly, however, if Clover was so certain, then she was likely right. That meant the body in the shower room wasn't Snake. It wasn't much, but the knowledge lifted some of the weight from Junpei's heart. But he's still alive. I'm so happy. Tears shone in her eyes. Those tears melted Junpei's heart. As she cried, she had pushed herself up against his chest like a chump. She put her arm and held her tight. I'm so glad, thought Junpei. You were right, huh? No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have hope. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. You pulled something out. It's the thingy. That was the thing, the Clover. I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody, and I was angry and miserable. But because I had this four-leaf clover, because of what you said to me, Yeah, Junpei hadn't thought his words would have had such an effect on her. Her words were making him feel a little awkward. Thank you so much, Junpei. He looked up at him. He scratched his nose and pretended to notice something interesting somewhere else in the room. If you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa. Santa, why? Well, he was the one who gave me that thing, and the words for each leaf, I got that from him too. And suddenly, Clover broke away from Junpei. Huh? He looked confused. He hadn't thought you react that poorly. She would face across the room. 6 steps to the left. steps to the right, another 6 to the left, and then she stopped. Did Santa really tell you those things? Her eyes were serious, but not angry. Yeah, he did. Did I say something wrong? Oh no, not at all. In fact, this could be really good news. You think? Santa knew about the words in the clover. The only people who should know about that are the other subjects. Subjects? The other people who were in the experiment nine years ago with my brother and me. Is this kid? Are they Lotus's kids? But he's blind, and I was part of the Nevada test group. Neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who are on this boat. Whoa. Time out. Junpei held up his hands. He took a deep breath and let it out. Let's just calm down for a second, okay? Start from the top. Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle. You've got to start with 1 and then move to 2, 3, 4, and so on. Tell me some stuff in the right order. I'm never going to be able to figure it out. Okay. Over nodded. All right, let's start with this experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago? Do you know about morphogenic fields? Billy. Yes. Who creates the wall rider. The Billy and morphogenic fields. He did, and the realization sent chills down Junpei's spine. Alright, how about this? Theory of the telepathic medicine mechanism. I think Lotus mentioned something like that. Junpei recounted what Lotus told him earlier. Clover nodded. Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar. So they were testing telepathy on this ship? Yeah, I guess so. So what exactly did they have you guys do? The same thing we're doing now. Exactly the same thing. What? A nonary game. 9 people were put on this boat and 9 others were put on in the building in Nevada, and the game's... What? Junpei grabbed the sides of his head. Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What is the nonary game and some telepathy have to do with each other? Am I missing something here? Over her bitter lip, she blinked black sudden tears. What had happened to her in Nevada? The ability to access some morphogenic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. Now, sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, the answer just kind of pops in your head. That's an epiphany. And when you learn the epiphany, it can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to the equation, then it gets easier to transmit the information over telepathy. So you're saying the nonary game was supposed to introduce that element of danger. Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die, a girl. Thought Junpei felt a sudden grip of despair on his heart, something deep and distant and powerful squeezed, and for a moment he felt very, very empty and alone. She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada. I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was, The door opening was like a gunshot. Junpei sat around. Oh, my apologies, I seem to have disturbed you, Ace. You two must have got strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you can stay in this room for so long. Ace glanced down at the floor. At the corpse, covered in blood. At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come help me with something? I'm having a little trouble, and I could really use your assistance. Come on, it'll only take a moment. When he turned over, waited to his head, spoke a small, quiet voice. I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later. Wait. Clover ignored him from outside. Junpei could hear Ace calling, Junpei, what are you doing in there? Hurry up. I'm in Ace's office. Dots. Alright. So does this mean we're gonna get onto the, last ending path next time? Maybe? Or maybe we're gonna, doing all of these will, unlock an extra route or something? I'm very curious. I guess you needed this to do this. To get this thing, which I guess unlocks the white ones, you needed to do all this stuff, and to get the red ones, you need to get this one. So, or maybe, well, no, because there would have to be a red key on this side then, right? Or does it know that I got this one first, so it's like, okay, you don't need the red key because you started on this side. And so it just shows the white keys. I don't know. Anyway, citizens, next time I guess we're gonna start onto the last path. I don't know, or maybe I do. But wait, no. I'm trying to get my out thing going. No, I mean, you fucking know what I mean. I don't. I'm drawing a blank. What am I doing right now? I'm saying goodbye. The shit with Clover, I'm like, so. I still can't believe that this whole time, one, this means the people I suspected most to be Zero. Well, no, wait. If Zero is doing this for revenge, they still could be. And Clover has been saying that someone is Zero. So actually, it would make sense. But they're doing it for revenge, and probably just to get revenge on Ace, maybe? But then, I don't know. Maybe there's some telepathy element going on here that we're not privy to yet. I'm not sure. Anyway, citizens, until next time, this is going to be farewell.